Hi you guys, welcome back to another first impression video. Simplicity just launched all of their new summer patterns. So we are going to take a look at every single one of them today. If this is your very first time watching one of these first impression videos, this is what we do. We take a look at the entire sewing pattern collection that was just released. Why is this not Simplicities? And we're going to look at every pattern. We're going to talk about some fit issues that I see, different fabrics that you can use, kind of chatter about the overall design, and just any old thoughts that pop into my head. So, starting off with this Mrs. Top and Skirt, we have sizes 8 to 16 and then 18 to 26. Fitted and flouncy peplum top, has pin tucked bodice, tie fastening cutout, and zipper closure. Make an outfit with the matching skirt. Gathered skirt has elasticized waist and side seam pockets. Okay, so let's get a closer look. Super cute top. I really love kind of the draping effect that you get here with the cups. And then this kind of, I guess the strap kind of goes into the circular part and then back around. Assuming it's ties in the back. I think that's really sweet. And then you have like a fitted, like under bust, what would that be called? Like a band, under bust band, I guess. And then this little peplum paired with the skirt has like a flat front panel and then a gathered panel added to that. It is elasticized waist, but you don't really see that when it's underneath the peplum top. This seam does hit at the low hip. So for people who are pear shapes or hourglass shapes, that might be a little hard to say. You definitely don't want it to be like poofing out right there because that's already the biggest part of our bodies. I'm a pear too. Of course, on this model, looks great, on her figure. Um, the top is just so good. I guess if you liked the idea of the top and you wanted it to be long, like the skirt alludes to, you could just extend this peplum to make it dress length. But yeah, this just looks like a lot of fun to sew. Assuming we've got some lining going on in there, you could add cups to give yourself some more modesty. Okay, here's the back. So it does tie in the back. We've also got these straps. These feel very close together. Am I right? Like, why aren't they going down like this? Not that they have to. Maybe that's the design feature. I don't know. It feels like an awkward place. They put in a zipper, not invisible. I always forget. Are these called lapped zippers? I can't ever remember. Um, and then here's the pocket in the side seam of the skirt that they talked about. I think it's really, really quite cute. How about the set? Can we talk about that? That's fun. Sometimes I'm a hit or miss on the on the decorations that they have. Anyways, so yeah, chambray, double gauze, linen, silky type, soft cotton for sure. All of that, absolutely. Any of your lightweight, drapey, all the way up to maybe even like the lighter side of midweight and a little bit structured. I don't see why you can't have some structure in there. It would make the peplum stand away from the body a little bit, make this gathered portion stand away from the body a little bit. But I think it will definitely work. You need one separating zipper, and then one and a little bit of 1 inch elastic. Finished garment measurements for the bust. It looks like we have 1 inch of ease. That makes perfect sense. They don't talk about the waist of the top, which I also think is super important. We don't have a finished measurement on that, but the rest of it, the elastic skirt, all of that, you could probably, finagle to make your accurate waist measurement there. And I'm assuming the hip of the skirt is pretty full too. So again, double check it for sure, but I don't think it's something you have to really worry about. Off to a good start. I love that one. Okay, now we have Mimi's. Why does it do this? Let's move it over to, let me check off some more boxes, and that might help with that little scrolling issue. Okay, this is Mimi's new pattern. Mrs. Dresses, and we have 8 to 16 and 18 to 26 again on the size range. Deep V neck or scoop neckline dresses have lined bodice, quarter-inch elastic encased in shaped front cutout, gathers below yoke. Side seam pockets and invisible back zipper. View A has low back with crisscross straps. This sounds like it's right up my alley. Okay, so scoop neck or your deep V. This is like a little cutout. There's elastic that's right here. Not entirely sure if it's got a purpose other than maybe like it does hold it closer to your body and helps it contour around like your underbust. But then there's a little panel here and then a little bit of pleating right in the center of the skirt. I have mixed feelings on this type of detail for people with like a tummy pouch. I don't, part of me feels like it conceals it. Part of me feels like it accentuates it. I don't know. I think either way, you just got to feel comfortable in it, whatever that feels like to you. I do want to point out this area here feels a little bit like there's a lot of skin showing. The scoop is, the arm size probably a little bit low and also narrow. And I'm noticing it over here too. Like I kind of want it to scoop in right here. Let's see if we can find some closer up. Here we go. So see how it's like kind of a little bit of side boob going on there. Like this isn't tall enough. It definitely needs to come in and cut in like this. So raising the arm side on a dress like this is not hard to do. Anything sleeveless, raising the arm side is a pretty simple alteration, but definitely double check that against your own arm side depth. But yeah, I think it's really cute. Let's see the back. Yeah, okay. So they said it was a deep or like a low back. I don't know about all that. It's not low to me. Low to me is like below the bra line, but the little crisscross straps is cute. Okay, that's it for pictures. And yeah, it does look like it's supposed to be lower here. It does look like it goes below the bra strap in the line drawing. Right? This is definitely not straight across like this, which is what it looked like in her photo. Right? It doesn't scoop down as much as I thought. Oh, and look how the skirt is uneven on the bottom. Maybe the straps were made too short and it's hiking up the entire dress, because that's significant. That almost could be like a high-low hem, but reverse, like in the back. So yeah, something funky happened here. I don't know. These two things combined make me feel like, the errors are kind of compounding on each other. I don't think that the hem is actually uneven. I think the straps were maybe too short, or I don't know, something funky happened there. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so the fabric, chambray, cotton blends, cotton lawns, linen blends, poplin, rayon, silky types. Yeah, we're going to start seeing a lot of the same fabric recommendations for summer. Anything, again, that's kind of like lightweight to midweight, drapey to somewhat stable. For a lot of these dresses are going to be what makes sense. This one even go a little more stable. You could even think of this for like the holidays, like even in a brocade, I think it would be totally fine. So something a little bit more structured in these would be appropriate too. So you need that elastic, an invisible zipper, and that's it for notions. Finished garment measurement wise, we have 2.5 inches of ease in the bust. That is borderline like too loose for something that's supposed to be fitted like this. I would like to see it around 1.5, maybe 2 inches at most. The waist has Also 2.5 inches of ease. That for the waist, that feels fine to me. The bust should be a little bit more fitted. Just a little bit though. Okay. Did I fix the scrolling issue? I did. We have these Mrs. Shorts and pants. This I'm assuming is going to divide the internet. Let's see let's see if I can help at all. So 8 to 16 and 18 to 26 is a size range again. Pleated shorts and pants have side seam pocket, front fly zipper with button closure, and wide leg. View B is cropped pant, and view C is full length. Okay, so yeah, I get it. I understand why some people are going to be like, no way, absolutely not for me. Two things I want to point out. One, these do not fit her well in the crotch, okay? So think about that as you're looking at this example. I want to encourage you to try and look at this one instead. It's supposed to be a little less fitted to flared. There's not supposed to be such a delineation here. You can see that this drag line is literally pointing at her high hip. I think that that's not exactly how it's supposed to be. I do think it's supposed to be a little bit more of a gradual situation happening here. They're probably just a little bit too fitted through the high hip. And maybe we have some issues with the crotch curve as well. But when you look at these, they're cute. They're not this bad, right? They're not weird. Weird looking. I actually quite adore these. I think they're a really fun take on a summer short. Maybe combined with the little fit issue she has, the fabrication probably isn't exactly on point either, like this, whatever this denim is. Maybe if you chose something a little bit more lightweight and drapey, where this kind of falls in on the leg a little bit more, you would achieve something more like a culotte and a little bit less like a, let's just add the all of this like width right onto my outer thigh. It's a little, all of this is a little bit misleading. Try and keep an open mind, think about new fabrics, and see this in a new way. Okay, here's the back. So the back crotch curve looks pretty decent. There's something happening here for sure. Maybe too much fabric in the inner thigh. But I do think the outer portion of this does look a lot better, where it's just kind of like, a cute little, like a pleated skirt kind of, where it just flows out naturally from the hip. That's a little bit more promising. What's happening here, specifically right here, that's a little bit concerning. You can see there's another kind of like fold right here in her upper inner thigh. So I think that they might just be a little bit too, like the crotch depth is a little bit too much for her. But you know how pants and shorts are. They're so unique to everybody. Okay, chino, cotton blends, denim, linen blends, and twill. So they are going for a more structured, like truly like a pant. I think, yes, all of these work. But I also think that you could go with something a little bit more lightweight as well. Like a chambray versus a denim. Do you know what I mean? A little bit. I wouldn't recommend like a challis. I think that's too flowy, but something with a little bit less structure. They do say linen blends here. I think that would be appropriate, and even like a linen blended with a drapier substrate like rayon would be good. Then you just need your zipper and a jeans button. Ease wise, we have the hip measurement, which is very wide. I'm kind of shocked they didn't give us the waist measurement. It's not an elastic waist, it's a fitted waistband, so I want to know what the ease is there. So that's a little bit surprising to me that we didn't get that. Um, yeah, all we get is the width. Okay. Not super helpful, but I think these have a lot of potential. I really do. Maybe I helped convince you. Maybe I didn't. I do feel like that's going to be one of the love hate types of patterns. All right, we've got a Mrs. top in 2 lengths. Sizing is 8 to 16, 18 to 26. Again, are we going to stick with that the whole time? That would be amazing. Well, amazing except for the people who are 4s and 6s. The petite girls, or even like some of my preteens can wear those sizes. My pre not my own children, my preteen sewing students. Flowy top has a deep V neckline, gathers at the front and back, self ties at the back. View A has purchased trim finish. View B has contrast. Deep V with gather. So this is a very like a festival type of top. Very wide, very loose, very deep V. We've got this like grown on sleeve, very 70s, very like hippy dippy. I kind of love it. Didn't it say that there was in 2 lengths? Okay, I'm not seeing a difference in the lengths. Oh, maybe C is a little bit longer. So A and B are kind of cropped and C has a little bit longer of a length to it. Okay. Let's see. It is a really cute, like, it's like a baby doll top. Remember those from forever ago? Are we going to see the back? Okay, cool. So the back has the same deep V and then a little tie, which I guess helps keep it up on the shoulder, because with a deep V in the front and deep V in the back, I can see how it would want to fall off. But they made this out of it looks like a single gauze. Yeah, for sure. I think that this would also be great if you're not into like baby doll tops and shorts or pants or whatever it is. Think about extending the length of it and making like a swim cover up. That would be really cute for beach or swim. Even if you made the whole thing sheer. Let's see the fabric choices that they are suggesting. Batik, interesting. Batiste, also interesting. These are two very kind of like structured fabrics, which is why they're interesting to me. Now we get into the drapier ones like charmeuse, cotton blends, assuming that you're blending them with like something a little bit drapier, cotton poly, cotton rayon, cotton lawn, a lightweight but still sort of structured cotton. Dotted Swiss is lightweight and drapey. Gauze is what they used. Gingham. Gingham is not a substrate, is it? It's just, I mean, it's a type of weave, so I guess that does make it a substrate, but gingham's just cotton to me. Maybe I don't know much about that, but I always just assumed gingham was just always cotton and woven to give you like the checkered look. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Linen blends, seersucker shirting, again another structured fabric, and then silky types and voile. So voile is lighter weight than lawn, so it does have a little bit more drape to it. Yeah, I'm really surprised that they have more structured fabrics in the recommendations. What will happen is if you use like a shirting, for example, all of this will stand away from the body. Like, do you see how we're getting all these like folds and it's like cascading right off of this under bust seam? That's all going to be a little bit more, like, it's going to stand out and be like a lot more pronounced. It's going to stand away from the body in all directions, so it'll almost like poof out from your belly, which is why it's an interesting suggestion. It definitely won't look like this. I would say the gauze is probably the middle of the road in terms of drapey fabrics versus structured fabrics. I wouldn't go any more structured than a gauze. I can't imagine this in a shirting. I can't imagine this in lawn, batik, all of that. I can't imagine it in any of that. To me, it just feels like it would be way too puffy. But the lighter weight ones, and even if you went in for like some laces or some sheers, you could absolutely pull this off as a swim cover up. It would be really, really cute. Okay, so single fold bias tape and lace trim if you want to add that. And then finished measurements. Yeah, we're not really going to get any. We don't really need any. It's very loose fitting. Um, I would just double check that it's not too overwhelming on you. Use your upper bust measurement. And then maybe no more than 10 inches of ease. I think that that would be plenty. You could easily go down from that too if you wanted something a little bit more fitted. Somewhere between 6 and 10, I think is probably the sweet spot in terms of getting the same look that she has. It did say though that there was ties in the back, right? Oh, this is the tie in the back. I thought the waist had ties. Gathers self ties at the back, but this is what they meant at the neckline, not at the waist. Okay. So yeah, somewhat loose, but not too loose. I know that that's not helpful. I gotta imagining her body kind of comes in right here. Maybe she has 6, maybe. Um, but yeah, I think it's cute. I like this top. So we'll move on to Mimi's other pattern, a Mrs. Dress and jumpsuit. Looks like it has cutouts. So, what's the sizing? Sizes is 8 to 16. It's again 18 to 26. Okay. Sleeveless dress and jumpsuit have deep V-neck, lined bodice with cutout midriff detail, side invisible zipper, and buttons with elastic loops at back bodice. Buttons and loops. So picture like, a wedding dress is commonly known for that. So, fitted, right? She is locked and loaded. I've never seen her girls look so good. The depth of the arm side looks a lot better on this one. And then you get this side cutout, and then you either have the fitted like pencil skirt dress, or you have these wide leg trousers. Very elegant, very kind of chic, very kind of expensive looking. It reminds me, remember those Hervé Leger dresses that everybody and their brother had in the 2000s that looked like seatbelts wrapped around you, if I'm being honest? It kind of is giving me that vibe. Like what it's doing to her body is like, whoa, she looks incredible. Yeah, that's beautiful. And then here's I don't know why they make these in black. Like they know we can't see them that well. This must be deeper V than the pink, right? No way those are the same deep V. Fit to flare kind of look to it. Let's see the back. Oh, okay. So here are the buttons. I don't know if you're able to do those on your own. I think getting a bra on with the hooks for the bra straps are hard enough. But yeah, that's really nice. And then you have this little side zipper. So for sure, anything bridal that you've got to go to, make it in white. Or even the jumpsuit too. If you needed to go to a wedding, I think either version is really great. Not in white, obviously. Yeah, really, really nice. And then once the holidays kind of come around, I think this jumpsuit would make an exceptional, kind of a little bit more casual holiday outfit. I love how the back cutout just continues to the side. It fits super good through here, which is not common. We don't see things fitting so well in the lower back when you have these cutouts. Sometimes it can be really droopy, but this one looks really good. Very fitted. What is the fabric? What are we using to make this? It is woven. Great. Crepe, denim, linen, ponte, or sateen. Satin and silky types. Okay, so I will say that ponte and sateen they do have a little bit of stretch to them, like a little bit, like 5% maybe, which would help with like the sucking in quality of it, with like the, super, super fitted quality. These silky types, linen, denim, crepe, denim can also have a little bit of stretch to it, right? Are going to be a little bit harder to fit. Crepe is an interesting choice, as are silky types. I'm not sure that I would want something this fitted in either one of those. But anything with like a little bit of stretch to it, I think would be you would be able to be comfortable. You'd be able to make it super fitted. I think it would be great. Okay, so buttons, elastic, and an invisible zipper. So not crazy in the notions. It is lined and also has interfacing. I think probably just the bodice is lined. And then finished garment measurements. Okay, so she has an inch in the bust. Yep, I agree with that. Maybe even, yeah, an inch. That feels right. Yeah, for sure. The waist, 2 inches. The waist is a little bit hard to judge because there's only like that little bit of the waist. And then the hip has, what is that? 3.5. Again, yeah, that makes perfect sense. That feels totally right and good to me. But yeah, look at these little seam lines. I didn't even notice those. Well, maybe I noticed the princess ones in here. I don't think I noticed these little darts in the top. This is really good. Really, really good. I think I would love it in a stretch denim. Like if it's, using my would I wear it to Target, I absolutely would. I would feel a little bit dressy, but great for a brunch. This is one of those that you can get and it would take you from casual events all the way up to like the fanciest of events. Can't you see this with like a crepe back satin? Maybe that's what they meant by the crepe, but a heavier weight crepe, or maybe even like a sparkly top and then like, same color but like satiny pants. This one's really good. Might be one of my favorites that she's done ever. Definitely top 5. All right, so now we have Mrs. and Women's shorts. Sizing 10 to 18 and 20 to 28. I went on a bit of a soapbox in my last first impression video talking about how kind of misleading it is to have Mrs. and Women's in one envelope because it technically is pretty restricting to both categories, straight sizes and plus sizes, because a 20 women's is not the same as a 20 misses. So I am typically, especially in the bottoms, like a 22 misses. And when I make a 22 women's, things are just, they fit a little bit different. You just can't assume that they're the exact same. Mostly when it comes to like full bust. So I think that the misses is drafted at a B, C cup. And then the women's is like a D, maybe double D. So it's like, why can't we do it where we have a full range of misses and a full range of women's, even if we have to do them in separate patterns? Do you know what I mean? That way, we get the 8 to 28 or 8 to 26 in the women's or in the misses, and then we get the, 20 to 30 whatever it is in the women's. Okay, so take that for what it is. This is not more size inclusive. There's still only 10 sizes, right? Does that make sense? So that's my little gripe about what they've been doing when combining these. Okay, so shorts and pants have fly front zipper with button closure, side and back pockets, and waistband and belt loops. View C and E have frog-braid edges. View C has 2 contrasts. Okay, so we're getting like a mid-rise pant, a mid-rise jean, really, with these little like seaming details. Yeah, not super revolutionary in terms of the jean situation. Like, how can you make jeans new and fresh? These are cute. They're very on trend. But like, if you have another jeans pattern, you can just chop them up and make this. Maybe because I'm like a little bit more into refashioning, I just see clothes in like a scrappier kind of way. But yeah, this doesn't feel super new and fresh to me in terms of a sewing pattern. The design is good though. This, whatever's happening through here, this crotch feels like it feels no, and this also feels really, really snug compared to hers, which are like not that snug. So what's the intention? Are they supposed to be looser fitted, or are they supposed to be skin tight? Like, we gotta pick a lane. I'm afraid to see the backs. There's the shorts. And then the two pant versions. Oh, okay. Okay, actually the back is not as bad as I thought. But definitely getting like a scoop here. So we know the rise is not long enough for her. Um, it's too low rise in the back. We need another golly, like inch and a half here for this to sit flat across. And again, like where is the crotch going? The crotch is like disappearing into the pant leg. It's really quite strange. Yeah, I think that they're just too small for her, to be honest. And then hers, yeah, not much better. See how it's like, well, first of all, the waistband not as dramatically scooping low, but definitely could be up, I don't know, another quarter or half an inch here to make this even. But where's her crotch curve going? Like where's her body? You know what I mean? Like it's strange that it is so like where's it going? you know? Um so that could be a couple of things. It could just be the waistband's too big, so they're falling down on her. It could be that the crotch depth is too wide for both of them. It's just interesting when you're looking at two different bodies and having similar fit issues. It's harder to assign that to, oh, well, everybody's different, and the pattern's not going to fit everybody right out of the gate. But whenever you see two people having similar issues, then you can kind of say, no, something's up with the pattern. Something's up. Okay, so we've got all this contrast, but ultimately cotton blends, denim, linen blends, and twill. And then the shorts and the cropped pants also in chambray, chino, and stretch wovens. Stretch wovens makes me feel like it's supposed to be a little bit more fitted. And then lining fabrics. Okay, so your zipper and your jeans button. And then no, they didn't include finished garment measurements. Dang. Yeah, you're gonna want like 1 inch in the waist. And depending on which version, I mean, the first girls, the yellow ones, that's like 1 inch of ease, maybe. And then hers, she probably has like 2, maybe 3 even. So I don't know, whichever version you're trying to make. They are cute. I don't want to make them seem like they're not cute. They are definitely cute. I think you'd be better off finding like a really great pair, great fitting jeans pattern and then just chopping them up in these areas. You know what I mean? Then trying to rework this one. There's a ton of really great jeans patterns out there, so not hard to find at all. Okay, we're into some vintage now. Oh my gosh. 1980s shorts. Sizing is incredibly limited. 6 to 14 is it. Wow. Okay, so 1980s Mrs. set of shorts, 1 yard shorts. Each pair takes 1 yard or less. Okay, got it. Views 1 and 2 have front zipper. View 1 has waistband, yoke, and pockets with front tuck. Wrong side of fabric shows when legs are rolled up. View 2 has front buttoned waistband, back elastic waistline casing, and piping. View 3 has elastic waistline casing and drawstring at sides. View 4, wrapped shorts have high cutout legs. Front waistband fastened in back and waistband tied in front. Authentic vintage reproduction. Boy, okay, so, yeah, so like little hot shorts, either with the piping trim, flat front, and elastic in the back. You have this little wrapped version. Look at her. Oh, me? More traditional version with a like cuffed leg, and then these have ruching on the side. Why they couldn't have just made these, I mean, look at the line drawings for number 4. That's incredible. Why they couldn't have made these in more sizes, I have no idea. Broadcloth, chambray, chino, cotton types, lightweight denim, linen types, poplin. Yeah, kind of your summer weight bottom weights. And then, depending on the version, you're going to have everything from elastic to a zipper to a button to piping. And finished garment measurements looks like they're getting the hips, and the hips have 2.5 inches of ease. Well, depends on the version. 2.5 up to 4.5, depending on the version that you're making. All right. Next was Dollhouse backpack. I'm skipping that. Skipping dolls. Costumes. Okay, so is this like a cosplay kind of take? And so Madeline is typically known for intimates like bras and underwear, but she's also come out with these corsets. 8 to 16, 18 to 26, lined corsets with steel boning. Yeah. Grommets, shoulder straps tied on. I don't know so much that it's a costume. Okay, it's a costume. It's a costume. So you can make the corset with or without the skirt, right? Um, Let me see line drawings. Yeah, corset and or corset with the dress or the skirt. Yeah, it is lending costumey, even if you use my little trick of like, if something feels too costumey or feels too dressy, imagine it in denim. Even in denim, I feel like this goes real kind of costumey. Not no like you could only wear this to like a conference. Like you could wear it. Imagine this like in all white, like as a fun wedding. Like somebody that has like that kind of personality, it could be a fun bridal moment. I would see somebody in this in Target and be like, "Oh yeah, good for her. Cute little style." Um so depending on your fabric choice, if you didn't choose this brocade with like all the florals, I think you could get away with it being like something you wear every day, so long as that matches like your style and your personality. Okay, so what is this? Aprons, birds, more plushies, dog clothes. Wow, look at that little a little Chanel dog coat. Okay. All right, back to women. So now we have Mrs. Dress in two lengths, uh, 6 to 14 and 16 to 24. So it includes one more on the smaller end, and missing one on the higher end of their Mrs. range than the other ones that we've seen. Flare dress with a wide halter neck strap has inverted pleated skirt, open back, side seam pockets, invisible zipper closure, and button closure at neck. I think I love this. This is great. Such an interesting neckline, super flattering. Imagine this like, well, imagine it anywhere in your regular life, but also like if you were going to like a horse race or, any kind of event like that, it would be really great with like a big hat or fascinator, but you could also wear it to Target. Yep, the only fit issue I see, and we'll look at this a little bit closer in other photos, is right through here. It's a little bit long. I want to go in there and like pinch out just a little bit from here so it lays a little bit more flat. But maybe you can see it a little bit better here. But other than that, it looks really good. I love this really wide strap. It has some top stitching details too, which you can't really see, but this is like a princess dart that opens up into this pleat. So freaking cool. Just such a classic silhouette. You really kind of have to do the length. Like you have to go this length. If you make it shorter, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't really give the full effect. But look at this open back. Amazing. And then buttons or snaps in the back here. Such a cool take on denim, right? It feels very like Ralph Lauren, like all those American sportswear designers that do like clean lines and, can really elevate something like denim for sure. So cotton, crepe, denim, linen, sateen, and silky types are the fabrics. Yep, anything with some has to have some structure to it for sure. And then you need an invisible zipper and 2 buttons, and that's it. Fabric, yeah. Well, if you made view B, like the really long one, more than 5 yards, but the other one's around 3. Like that's a normal amount. And then finished garment measurement wise, we have an inch in the bust. That makes sense. And then we have 2.5 inches in the waist. That also makes sense. What a beautiful little dress. So unassuming, but this looks good on everybody. Like genuinely everybody. Okay, now we've got a women's knit dress with sleeve and length variations. Easy to sew wrap style dresses have flutter sleeves or sleeveless option, front ties at the waist, and back keyhole button closure. 20 to 28 and 30 to 38 is the size range. Okay, let's look at these pictures. So, knit, kind of like t-shirt dress with a tie at the front. Why is the tie... Oh, they tied it as tight as it would go, and it's falling down. I think these are supposed to be shorter, because isn't this the one she's wearing? Yeah, B. So it does have, yeah, it does have a slight droop to it, but not nearly as dramatic as this. This is, maybe it's supposed to be sitting up here. Wow, okay, so that's definitely an issue. I don't think that that's flattering on really anybody, especially a plus size girl. Like, we want to see some waist definition, right? Like, see how this is like a little bit more like she's got a waist going on. This is like pulling it in a little bit, whereas with the sample they made, that isn't happening. But what could they possibly do? They tied it as tight as it could go. The flutter sleeve is really cute too. Yeah, okay, it's pretty. When we're looking at the line drawings, it is definitely really pretty. 1,000,000% check the length of this. Like, yeah, it shouldn't be nearly as long as they have made it. And then the back of it is plain. Okay, I'm here for that. Plain, we've got some maybe bindings going on there, a little keyhole, which you don't need. You can slide this over your head. It's knit. It's meant to be a little bit stretchy. And then we've got a slit up the leg, and this is the extra panel that's wrapping around her front. Pretty. Yep, and then here's the... Yeah, so it's really just a t-shirt dress with these panels sewn into the side seams with like a binding that's made longer to make your ties. So see how this is going like this? That absolutely adds to like the shaping and feminine quality of the dress, but I think they kicked it out a little too far. Maybe you want to even just shave off a couple of inches from here and keep that shape, but definitely pay attention to how long this is at your waist. Okay, and then our fabrics are going to be what? Stretch knits such as interlock, ITY, jersey, polyspan. Yep, something with a decent amount of stretch to it, probably like 30 to 50, I would guess. The bust does have 3 inches of positive ease. If you want your dress to be more fitted, you could do that. Just, you don't have to size down. If you want it to be more fitted, it should have somewhere between like 0. It should be closer to 0 inches of ease, especially in the bust. And then our waist has almost 10 inches of ease. So we're really relying on that tie to do some work, a little bit of work. But when it's too big like that, then it's not helping at all. And then the hip has 9 inches of ease as well. Perfectly reasonable. For me, because I do like things to be a little bit more fitted, I would probably size down 1, maybe even 2, just to give me that kind of you know, a little bit more fitted look that I like. Okay. Next up, we have menswear. So, men's knit t-shirt, shirt and shorts. Create this easy to sew knit t-shirt, shirt, and short set. Relaxed fit button front, has collar, drop shoulders, patch pockets, side slits at the hem. Pull on shorts have elastic waistband and side seam pockets. So you get a t-shirt, you get a button down, and you get elastic waist shorts. A little long on the inseam, if I'm being honest, but it's like a little, you know, resort capsule wardrobe for the guys. Nothing special, nothing exceptional, nothing revolutionary. We've seen this 1,000 times. The shorts do have patch pockets on the side, so borderline cargo. But yeah, if you're like going to a cruise or the beach, or you live at the beach, great little cute little outfit. Stretch knits for the top. Cotton types, lightweight denim, poplin, and rayons for the button down. Oh, and the shorts. Interesting. Yeah, you could make them out of the same fabric. I'd probably use a bottom weight for the shorts and then some kind of like light cotton for the button down. But yeah, cute. Although if you have been collecting menswear, you probably have those patterns already. Something like those anyways. Those designs. Okay. Shorts and pants. Misses range. So extra small to 2XL. Pull on elastic waist shorts and pants have wide leg, center panels, and side seam pockets. Views B and C have ties at waist and large patch pockets on the sides. View C also has a contrast waistband, center panels, patch pockets cut on the cross grain. Okay. So we have pull-on pants, a little bit of a low rise going on, maybe mid-rise. What do they mean by the center panel? Oh, center panel. So they really used this stripe to kind of accentuate the center panel, and then it goes the opposite way in the back, and then the patch pockets go the opposite way. But isn't this just like the front is one and the back is the other? I don't know if I'm following this center panel. Oh, is this the panel? That's it. The center panel on the inseam. Interesting. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? I like this version with like the loosey-goosey pockets. It reminds me of isn't it just called the pocket skirt that was like free in Peppermint Magazine a few years ago? Made mine out of a linen and I love it. I wear it all the time, but here's the pants version. What are we supposed to do? It's not like this is supposed to be sheer. That would be strange. It's just supposed to be a different fabric. Oh, please don't color block it. Maybe if they were like closer, like same hue, same color, just slightly different. You know, like if you did like gray and beige. You know what I mean? That might be better. Or even like 2 shades of blue, maybe. I don't know. Okay, side seam pocket and then the patch pocket. This is a really great photo, by the way. If Simplicity, if you're watching, please more of this. More of this. This is an extra angle, an extra view that we don't normally see, and I like it. Okay, then here's the back. Yeah, I guess it's just like, look how interesting I am. I guess they're kind of cool. They're like different, but not in a way that really is alarming. It's not like weird. I mean, it is weird, but it's not weird in a bad way. It's weird in an interesting way. I guess I've never seen anything like this in ready to wear, so that's exciting. We also have an elastic waist, but not a diaper. That's great. Love that. So interesting. Let's see if they talk about fabrics at all. Like different fabrics for the two different parts. No, everybody's the same. So chino, cotton blends, lightweight twill, and linen blends. 1,000% linen, without a doubt. And then they're alphanumeric also, so that's the whole range, 4 all the way up to 26. And then hip ease is somewhere between, 6 to 7 inches. That feels great. That feels loose, comfortable, easy. Yeah, those are really, really interesting. I think they're really cool. You have to find the right fabric, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the things where the stripes isn't a really easy way to do it. Or, like, the inversion. Like, if you had 2 colorways of the same fabric, that would be really interesting. And because there's so much ease in them, you really could make them out of, like, a lighter weight fabric, too. Something more drapey, for sure. Okay, next up, we have Mrs. Skirt. 6 to 14 and then 16 to 24 voluminous utility balloon skirts in 3 lengths, have elastic casing at waistline, adjustable ties, and side seam pockets. View C has cargo pockets with tab over flap and ties at the bottom opening. So this is very, very, very trendy. Very trendy. Okay, like super, super on trend. Like next year, no one's gonna be wearing this. But if you're into the trends, this is what all the cool girls are wearing. It's super cool, super fresh, super fun, and I'm here for it. But I would like the waist to sit at the natural waist, at least the top of this waistband to sit at the natural waist. Then you have the 3 casings for the elastic, love that. The eyelets with the drawstring, love that. Then you have the bubble skirt that kind of comes in at the bottom with drawstrings. You have this seam here, which is another set of drawstrings, and then your patch pockets if you want them. I think these 2 versions, if you tried to like scale back on the details, you're kind of missing the point. And therefore you kind of might look like you're trying for a trend, but you're not quite landing. So in my opinion, you got to go all the way. If you're going to go in on this, you got to go all the way. For what it's worth, I know all of you pairs out there, and maybe even you hourglass people are like, no, I could never add that much volume to my hips. We already have it there. We're going to make our waist look super small with this elastic. Our volume at our hips is already there, and then it just comes down. It's actually super flattering on a lot more body types than you would think. But yeah, cool girl style right here. I love it. Another great picture. Thank you. Thank you for getting the camera off the tripod, taking a couple steps, and getting us a cool angle. I love that. Yeah, I might have to make this one. Again, another pattern that's like not like any others. Kudos to them for thinking outside the box a little bit. Chambray, cotton blends, lightweight twill, linen blends, poplin, ripstop nylon. Yeah, for sure. All of those kind of structured, summery fabrics for sure. And then you need a lot of notions. So this one does get pretty expensive because you need elastic, you'll need grommets, you'll need twill tape, and then varying amounts of elastic depending on the version that you're making. Finished garment measurements, they are giving us, they're not giving, what are they giving us? Finished back length. So they're not really giving us finished garment measurements at all. But this also says sits 1 inch below the waist, and we are not getting that from our model at all. Which again is why I wanted to pull it up on her. See how her waist is right here? This is easily 3 inches lower than that. So yeah, definitely needs to be a little bit higher waist. Which I guess they could have just tied the drawstring tighter. I don't know. But super, super cool and fun. Love this. Love seeing stuff like this from them. Okay. Next, we have a Mrs. shirt pattern. Okay, cool take on a button-up, it looks like. Alphanumeric sizing, small to 2XL. So we're missing sizes 4 and 6. Oversized shirts in 2 lengths have drop shoulder sleeves, button front closure, and collar or stand collar option. Views B and C have long sleeves with tab button cuffs. So it's like kind of a cool take on a linen button down, right? It's your oversized drop shoulder button down. I imagine it in like summery type of fabric. So like all those linens would be really great. Something with gauze, not a shirting, not crisp, something soft to the hand. And then you have the collared option or just the stand collar. And then you roll up your cuffs and button them. Super relaxed, super easy, super chill. Like this is way too much glam for this outfit. Like we're not wearing this and this together. Hair's got to be up. You know what I mean? Something really, really chill. There's a short sleeve version, the longer sleeve version with the collar, longer sleeve version without the collar. Yeah, I think that this and the pants are what's meant to happen here. Oh boy, I'm gonna do that in every video. I'm sorry. This is right, but all this like curl and glam, I don't know, it feels like a little heavy-handed. There's the back, super great. You guys, I'm in trouble. There's not a single pattern in my size that I don't like yet. Batik, chambray, cotton blends, gauze, lightweight denim, linen blends, poplin, shirtings, and twill. Yeah, I would eliminate the back half of these. Poplin, shirtings, twill. No, I don't think so. But chambray, cotton blends, gauze, and linen for sure. Linen and linen blends. All right. And then it's very roomy, so we don't need to talk about finished garment measurements. But again, make sure it's not too big, right? We have 20 inches of ease. That's a lot. That's a lot. So if you're feeling nervous, if you're in between sizes, definitely go down. If you're feeling nervous about like when you wear oversized things, they just swallow you up. Go down 2 sizes. There's a lot of room to work with here. I think anywhere between, again, shooting for like the 10 inches would be a good place to go if you don't want to be like fully enveloped. But she's probably got 10, 15 maybe somewhere on hers. She's got a significant amount of ease. So, okay, now we've got this cutie little dress. Mrs. dress with sleeve and length variations, 8 to 16, 18 to 26 on the size range. Spaghetti strap dresses have lined bodice with princess seams, gathered skirt, front and back ties, side seam pockets, and invisible back zipper closure. Views A and B have cold shoulder detail with elastic at sleeves. View C has double strap detail. How fun. How fun. Again, another really unique design. All in here with like the neckline. So you have a scoop neck with somehow these straps are coming out of it in 2 directions. And then also around the shoulders, a little bit of elastic here. We've got princess seams, close fitting waist, gathered skirt, and then a really deep hem. So cute, so interesting. Yep, the print looks good. The solid looks great. Now the long sleeve. The long sleeve would take some convincing. It's giving a little bit like Amish? Sexy Amish? Is that a thing? No, it's definitely not a thing. But Amish with a little bit of skin. And then this one's super cool. So it doesn't have the little sleeve detail. It's got 2 straps instead. This looks very, very expensive. Very rich, very expensive. And then we've got the ties again with the zipper in the back. I'm assuming you would tie this once and then never mess with it again. You just slide it on over your head and undo the zipper. But yeah. Depending on the fabric that you chose, man, you could look like it could look like a $300 to $500 dress for sure. Chambray, cotton blends, cotton lawns, linen blends, poplin, rayon. Yeah, I'm surprised to not see sateen somewhere in that vein. Shirtings I think would also be really good. Something crisp. Something super crisp and almost like a smooth hand feel, you know what I mean? Something that just feels good, looks expensive. Because we don't have hardly any notions, so spend your money on the fabric. All you need is a zipper and a little teeny tiny piece of elastic. The bust has 3.5 inches of ease. I'm not buying that. Right, it's fitted. So it needs to be closer to 2.5 inches of ease. The waist has 2 inches of ease. That's good. And then the hip is really, really full. That one's really good too. Y'all, I'm in trouble for the next Simplicity sale. All right, now we've got unisex cargo pants. Casual unisex cargo pants feature adjustable drawstrings at waist and leg openings, cargo pockets with flap and button closure, and front seam detail with top stitching. Cargo pants come in 2 lengths, alphanumeric sizing, and yeah, the fit looks pretty good on both of them. That's usually my gripe with unisex patterns, is that we don't have the same anatomy, and so the cut of the pant sometimes can't be just like carbon copied. But this one, because it's so loose and relaxed and has the elastic waist, I feel like everybody's got what they need and nothing that they don't. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, they look cool. Was anybody around in the 2000s when these were like all the rage? This detail is nice, and then your like double pockets, and then your little drawstrings at the hem. Super cool. Yeah, she looks like she's going to like a really fun like dance class, or just even out just like for errands. But you can see how the crotch curve is a little bit what would it be? It would be like a little bit not longer, not wider. Well, there's only two ways it can go. It's just got a different crotch curve, I think, than most women's pants patterns. And then on him, they use black or really, really dark blue, so it's kind of hard to see. But it looks, I don't see any alarming drag lines on either one of them. What do we got? Cotton blends, lightweight denim, lightweight stretch wovens, linen blends, and ripstop nylon. I don't know so much about linen blends. Where's our chino? Where's our twill? That's kind of also what I was imagining them in. But the ripstop is also probably what they're intended to be made out of. To give yourself that kind of like cool, sporty look. Um, okay, then we've got this little top. Tops have ruffles and elastic at neckline. View A has wide straps with ruffle sleeves. Views A and B have bows at the front. Views B and C have adjustable spaghetti straps. View C has purchased lace trim at hem. Sizing is 4 to 12 and 14 to 22. Yeah, a little like Victorian vibe. They used a border eyelet. Really sweet. I love like the paper bag kind of detail here. And then this one has a wider strap with like a little flounce to it. Perfect little summer top. Yep, this one has a normal hem. This one has the border hem. And this one you add the lace to the bottom. I can't imagine this is very difficult at all to sew. Or to fit right. I mean, you have this this drawstring really doing a lot of the work, and then from there it's not fitted anywhere. So getting the straps to fit and getting close in the upper bust is all you really have to worry about. And the straps are adjustable, so that's even less to worry about. Yeah, cute, sweet little summery top. Chambray, cotton lawn, double gauze, eyelet, linen, silky types, soft cottons, and voile. And then, as I said, the view B gets single edged scalloped eyelet. Also border print, if you wanted to use one of those, the instructions for this would be the same. And then you need some elastic, a pair of bra slides and rings, and the lace trim if you're going to do view C. And then the finished garment measurements are going to be roomy. Like I said, you get a close enough fit at the upper bust and then use the drawstring for the rest. Okay, next we have the same women's dress that we saw before in the Mrs. version. And again, I'm super alarmed by how droopy this is. I mean, I don't think that it's supposed to be this way. I genuinely don't. I just don't think that's possible. But they did make the little flouncy version. I just genuinely they drafted this to be too long. And it's not really what the designer intended. Assuming that those are two different people. So we'll just quickly go through these pictures. We talked about the design already a lot. Yeah, and then there's the back for hers. So hers is a little bit more fitted through the waist than the other one was, than the women's version was. But yeah, everything else about it is the same. So Mrs. and women's version of that. You get the full range of the Mrs., full range of the women's. That's what I like to see. Okay, we have aprons, we have purses, we have a vintage top, pullover knit tops. Again, 6 to 14 is the only size range. I don't get that. Unless they're just using this to target the younger girls, teenagers, preteens. Time saver stretch knit pattern 1 yard tops. Is it because the sizes 16 and up take more than a yard? Like, okay. Stitch tops have self-banded straps and lace trims. View 1 has a ruffle flounce. View 2 has optional lace applique. View 3 has optional satin trim. View 4 has mock wrap front. I do appreciate we're getting a version on a human being and not just a drawing. But you can see like a little mock wrap. Then you've got your little wide band. You've got this version that's straight across. This version looks very similar. Maybe has a scoop to it. And this one has the flounce here. How is this in the same pattern as this? That doesn't seem like that makes sense. But, and she also, that's the same girl. She reminds me of, Bella, not Hadid, Bella Thorne. Do you guys know who Bella Thorne is? This has got to be her sister or her cousin or something. Yeah, those three look like they go together. And then they were like, let's add this one to the mix. This is probably also those shorts. The other vintage pattern. Why didn't they give us this picture with the other set? Looks great on her. My thunder thighs wouldn't know what to do with the side seam like this. My inner thighs also would just be eating this up, not in a good way, but really, really cute outfit on Bella Thorne's doppelganger, right? Super cute on her, no doubt about it. They did put her in a freaking clog heel though, so who knows. And then all the backs. There's no way, hold on. There is a way. They all do have the same backs. How interesting. Okay, stretch knits only, cotton synthetic knits, novelty, pointel knits would be great, stretch terry, and where available, fabrics coated stretch number 3 by the manufacturer? What? What was that? Let's bring that back from the 80s. That would make it a lot easier for everyone. Wow. All right. And then finished, we've got, what is that? 1/2 inch of ease. Perfect. That makes perfect sense. Okay. Where are we now? We are, wow. Okay, let's look at this one. This is 1980s top. Are we going to get more sizes? No. Oh yeah, we did. We got an extra size, a size 16. Um, Set of tops, 1 yard tops, front wrap halter top with asymmetrical loop and button closure and front pleats is encased in double fold bias tape. View 2 fitted halter with button back is encased in double fold bias tape. View 3 blouson top has elastic casings forming self ruffles and shoulder ties of double fold bias tape. Okay. Bias tape straps, I don't know about that. That's what's happening here. This is a tube top with elastic at the upper bust and waist. You don't need a pattern to make that. This one, are these actual darts? Halter top. And then this one has this little pleating detail into these three things. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Right? You don't need a pattern for this. Like, you can just wing it. I promise. It'll be fine. Interesting. Okay, so broadcloth, cotton types, crepe, and crepe types, silk types. Okay. And the same amount of ease in the bust. I'm not buying that, especially on the blouson one. Oh, you're right. Okay, so view 3 has a lot more. So half an inch for view 2, 1 inch for view 1, and a bunch of inches for view 3. I do want to see. Yeah, there are darts there and a sweetheart neckline. Interesting. Interesting. Cute. Definitely not for everyone. Okay, now, oh gosh, look at these ladies. Look at that haircut. 1970s. Still the small sizes. I don't even want to go through these ones that are just like no sizes. Pullover top, size for stretch knits only. Again, the 1 yard tops. So that must be like their shtick this time is the 1 yard wonders. I get the appeal of that, especially for younger people. This haircut is just, just wow. Um, yeah, they're just like t-shirts, I guess, with like extra trims and stuff. Stretch knits only, pick a knit rule, not suitable for bonded knits. And then a whole bunch of where you're saving your money on the 1 yard of fabric, you're certainly making up for it in all this rickrack and stuff. So think about that. Think about that. Okay, now we have a little girl's dress, so cute. A little girl's dress, she's adorable. A littler girl's outfit, she's so cute. And wow, this is like the never ending collection. Look, we got, seriously? Here I was thinking we were almost done. This one is women's. Sleeve and length variations. Was this not in the spring collection? Hold on. Let me look through these really quickly. Figure out where I'm at. I don't think we've seen these corset costumes. And then lots of girls, lots of accessories. And then this is where spring starts. Okay. We might have talked about this one before. If we have, I'm sorry, you're going to listen again. Dress features sweetheart neckline with strap detail, elastic shoulder straps, puffed or flutter sleeves, and back shirring, which is normally not actually shirring at all. It's just like a bunch of casings, not the same. Princess seams, sweetheart neckline, elastic, like thick elastic straps, and then this little flutter detail, or the version she's wearing with the puff sleeve. Sweet little summertime event dress. Going to a little summer party. Let's see. Yeah, those are elastic casings. That's not shirring. Which makes me think I definitely have gone over this one in the spring collection before, because I kind of remember that. But challis, crepe, lightweight poplin, linen type, sateen, silky types, soft cotton types. Yep, everything we've talked about with summery fabrics. A little bit of structure, maybe some drape too, that's fine. And then finished. Oh, this is different bust cups on this one. So finished bust, we've got a few inches of ease. So that's 3 inches of ease. Let's see. I don't know, that looks really fitted to me. So I would try and get it down to 2 at the bust, 2 at the waist, and then whatever happens at the hip because it is kind of full. Okay, and then lastly, I think we're going to end on these corsets. I'll double check. Costume corsets. Again, they're only costumey because of the fabric choice. Adorable plush bears and bunnies. Two things could not be more different. Okay, so we'll just look at the pictures. Because they made it an animal print, right? Because they did like cowgirl western denim and suede. Because they did this like Victorian brocade, that's why they look like costumes. I think if you made them out of normal fabric, they would just look like normal cropped corsets. Very similar to the Madeline ones, which is also an interesting time to release 2 costume corset patterns. But you never know. Maybe someone needs more options, and that's what this provides versus the Madeline one. The Madeline one also had the lace up in the back. These do not. Just very strangely fitting through here. We shouldn't be having that. It's almost like the strap wants to go this way when it should want to go this way, like it's backwards. Yep. Yeah, so these have the lace up on the front. I think the Madeline ones only had them in the back. Okie dokie. So let me just triple check that we've seen everything. We've got more like cookout stuff, right? Kitchen accessories, because it's summertime. Here's our bears and bunnies. Here's more a plush bat. Okay. Doll clothes, more aprons, tote bag and hat. Cute. Oh, a little backpack. That's kind of cute. Another. Oh, it's a pickleball bag for your pickleball racket. Little girls, so cute. And another sweet little girl's outfit. Okay, that's Simplicity Summer. What do we think? Honestly, the beginning of this video, I was like, I genuinely like every single pattern. Maybe I'm just in a good mood. I don't know, but I like them all. Well, maybe not this one. None of the vintage ones are gonna get me this time because of just like the sizing is just strange. Why not just make them in larger sizes and forget about the 1 yard wonder? But everything else that was designed for Mrs. or women's, I really liked. There's a lot of really, really great patterns in here that are classic designs like this one that are going to last you forever and ever. But there's also super cool trendy ones too. Even this I loved. Yeah, I really like them all. Excited to hear what you guys think of these patterns. Are you with me? Are you feeling like, oh my gosh, I actually really like a lot of these? Or are you like, no, Lindsay, you were just on one today and you're not being your usual self? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought. That is going to do it for me today, though. I will see you all very soon. Bye.